I have some info to share about Wildlands as well. So,
Oh, well, we're on right now.
well, we are. Hello, it's Hotspot Gamer podcast, and Mike's making squeaky noise. And Mike's making squeaky noises. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Hotspot Gamer podcast. I know that was a weird intro, but it's me, myself, and I, B-side _23 Will Brooks, and Slip Mike _ Mike Lamb. Not really goes that way, but thank you for joining us on this beautiful Sunday morning. In some cases morning, some cases afternoon, some cases evening, depending on where you are around the world. We're here to talk about video games and things that go with video games and video game systems and all that stuff. And yes, exactly. So how are you doing, Mike?
I'm tired because I was up late and I woke up late. Well, early, late. I don't know what people consider late or early anymore. I did know that Ben wanted to be on the podcast today.
And he's not?
No, because he's at work. So he said maybe next week. He goes, oh, we'll work something out next week. So I said, okay, whatever. You love that noise, don't you?
I do. And Andre was actually going to be on, but apparently had some issues with us kind of dropping it on him at the last second. And then,
So last night was the fifth game.
Fifth week.
Week 5. Fifth week. Yes.
Of the Bros Bowl. And boy, we had some extremely upsetting events and upsets and things that just didn't make sense, and it was just crazy. But
we had upsets, weird things happen, and drafting or trading players.
Yes, player trading already.
Trading.
But it was pretty crazy. I mean, we all thought that the In the Red and the Brothers game would be, close. Who knew who was going to win? It was the good players on both sides, but yet it came to the game and it was a blowout with In the Red just dominating the match. And
they dominated. They dominated the first 3 minutes. And then
but that's all they needed to get.
Yeah, true. And then the brothers couldn't really catch up after that. But after the 3-minute, 4-minute mark, they were going kill for kill, basically.
Yeah, and they were. But that was the problem, though, is that In the Red just came on so strong in that first few minutes that they were able to get a 20-some point lead. And that's just hard when you have two teams as equal as they are. It's almost impossible to catch up from something like that.
Well, the same thing happened with the with Hoe Hunters and the Gift That Keeps on Giving.
Yeah. The Hoe Hunters played that game very well. They said, okay, you're going to be on a big map. Well, we will just camp it out. And, man, they held their ground. And the Gift That Keeps on Giving tried to push, I think, a little too hard and ended up paying the price for it.
Well, the thing is with Hoe Hunters, all their KD ratios are basically the same. Everybody on that team. They're all pretty much equals. Their kills per minute is about a 10.3. Now, the Gift That Keeps on Giving, I don't think one player from that team is in the positives for KD.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably what the problem was. I hear a clock ticking.
Really?
You have a really loud clock.
Oh, weird. Well, let me see. There we go. So yes, it was a crazy event, but it became what it was. And at the end of the day, the teams that pulled it off were the teams that pulled it off, and they deserved their win.
Yep. And so next week you have In the Red versus the Bros.
Yep, and that's the Bros Bowl. This is it. It's the big bowl. I mean, all the Mega $1 Million commercials will be, wait, no, that's not true. But yeah, it's the big one, and I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see, because I think that the brothers will definitely change up what they're doing.
Well, in the red, they kind of fly, literally.
Yes. So, I mean, if the brothers who have the map selection next week pick a map that's like Frontier or something, if they're playing IW, that map that's inside the space station, that could definitely help be to their advantage.
Let's talk about the Nintendo.
Oh, yeah, that thing.
Yeah, unfortunately. It seemed promising, but then every time they keep on, it's kind of like every time you open your mouth, Nintendo, you're getting in trouble. Stop it. Just don't talk.
Well, I'm just gonna go off on one quick rant on Nintendo. First off, screw you, Nintendo, for your weird ideas of production, like with the Nintendo Classic, which is still, you can't get one. I mean, other than paying an exorbitant amount of money for them online. You why in God's green earth would you make a cool product like that in limited numbers when you could make so much more money off of it?
I guarantee you they would make more money off those Nintendos than they will the Switch.
Probably so. I mean, the Switch, for first off, is $300 for a tablet, basically.
Well, yeah, but it does when it's in the cradle.
It overclocks, right?
Well, right. It pushes out 1080. And it supports up to a 2 terabyte memory card. It doesn't. I don't think it said it came with a 2 terabyte memory card. I think you got to buy it separately. Also, there's no video apps at launch, so there's no Netflix, no YouTube, no nothing at launch. Nothing.
Right.
What else is wrong with this? Oh, I was having an argument with somebody on Facebook yesterday on one of Ben's feeds about the Nintendo Switch. Someone said they were talking about Zelda. I go, well, Zelda, I read somewhere where it's not going to support dual audio. Now, if you don't know what dual audio is, it's basically having 2 languages in the game and having the choice to go between each thing. But what I read is that Zelda is going to be Japanese English subtitles, just like The Last Guardian.
Okay.
And he kept on saying, nope, you're wrong. And then he sent me this link to the YouTube trailer. I watched the trailer. I found another news article about that trailer, and it said, do not far reach into this trailer. So, yeah. Yep. I would.
Well,
I win that one.
Yes, we don't know. I mean, basically, to me, it's a tablet. It's a tablet gaming system that
I say it's a Wii U, but you're keeping the tablet remote and getting rid of the console.
Right. And it is what it is. But the problem is too, is it's going to be accessory rich. I mean, you're going to have to, I forgot how much it was, but to get that little thing to turn your little Switch controllers into like a kind of handheld controller, that costs money. All the little peripherals. I mean, by the time you get up to it, I think they said this is, you're gonna be buying a game, you're gonna be up to like, $400 or something for the thing.
Yeah, so games are gonna be $60 like normal. Now here's the fucking kick in the ass that I don't understand. If the games are gonna be $60, they're not gonna be on Blu-rays. They're gonna be on. Essentially, it looks like an SD card.
It looks like the pretty much like a 3DS card.
Actually, I can compare it even better. It looks like a Vita game.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good one.
I will not pay $60 for a Vita game. at all. I just wouldn't do it. Now I understand, like, okay, yeah, big, graphics wise, it's a 1080, it's a card, but we're not. It's too much money for something that we don't know about,
and it's not going to be as powerful as the Xbox or PS4.
No, well, no.
No,
I tried. I tried to find something, but
no, there isn't. It's not going to be. It's a less powerful system, which I don't understand. If you're going to make a new generation system, why on God's green earth would you not? Oh shoot! Why on God's green earth would you not make it match at least comparable with the current gen systems?
And another thing,
I don't understand.
The Nintendo Network is not free anymore.
I don't that's a whole other bag of
it's
stuff I don't want to open up.
So that's going to be another subscription that you're going to be paying for. I did hear that Resident Evil Biohazard is going to be for the Switch, and if you're a fan of the Borderlands series, you're not going to like it because Borderlands 3 is not going to be playable on the Switch.
I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of games that may not go to.
Well, this, just like I said yesterday in the Facebook feed, it's just another Wii.
Exactly.
Whether you think I'm wrong or not, when it comes out and you play it and be like, man, this is another Wii.
Yes. I will not be purchasing it early, and if I were to get it, it would have to be something like a birthday gift or something for my kid to want if she wanted it, and she'd have to actually want it.
Yeah, I think I might get it for my son or my daughter if they have Minecraft, like if Minecraft's for it. Or, ooh, even better, I think my daughter would actually like Mario Maker. So,
but now Mario Maker's on 3DS.
Yeah, but I don't want her to have a handheld because she likes dropping things.
Oh, well, then why would you get her a Switch?
Because I'll yell at her if she takes it out of the cradle.
But again, it kind of defeats the purpose of the device.
No, no, it doesn't. No, it's you play it on your TV or you're not playing it at all. And then when I want to play it, I can take it out of the cradle. See how that works?
Okay. Yeah, that's there you go. I mean, I did see some footage of the of the what is it, the Legend of Zelda Wildlands or Wildlands Into the Wild
of Zelda Wildlands.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Ghost Recon meets Zelda running around, freaking Link running around with a freaking AK-47. Die putos. But no, I did see some footage of it, and it looks really cool. It's kind of an open world Zelda game. That's neat. But
yeah, but you know, it does look neat. Okay, Zelda does look cool. Just the fact that they made a trailer and showed it in different languages is kind of misleading to the public.
Yeah, you're right. And let's see here. I'm calling up the accessories list for Legend for the Switch. Nintendo Switch Zelda Play and Protect skins for it. That's $20. The starter kit is $30. The Switch Joy-Con. Holy cow! That the left and right Joy-Con thing is $79.
Just for 2 pieces of plastic to extend the freaking things.
I know, man.
That's stupid. I'll tell you what. Nintendo does not surprise me by overpricing all their shit. It does not surprise me one bit.
No.
They no longer care about gamers because I'll tell you what. Okay, Sony PlayStation their remotes are what, $59.99 around there. Xbox is along the same price range, but it's a good piece of hardware, not just plastic extensions for your remote. It's like saying, well, would you pay $70 for some Control Freaks?
Yeah, no. I mean, and those are almost overpriced at like $10 or whatever. So
yeah, but see, that's only $10. So
it is. You're right. And
if it's the hardware that I think you're talking about, it just basically takes those Switch remotes
and extends them.
Yeah, and extends them out a little bit, which is it's only about a 2-inch difference on each side, and it's just a piece of plastic. And on top of that, it does not charge your controller.
No, but it does have buttons in it.
No, Nintendo, no.
And I mean, I will say this: the Mario Kart 8 does look cool, but
no, they're gonna have all the classics. They're gonna have your Mario parties, your Mario. It's gonna be another system that Mario just threw up on.
But some of the games coming out, I mean, I'm looking at GameStop. Of course, the Breath of the Wild, but the Mario Kart 8, The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth, and Super Bomberman.
Okay, yeah. So
wait. There's more. I mean, there's you have Just Dance 2017.
Yeah, but see, Binding of Isaac is not like a.
It's only $39.
I wouldn't even pay $39 for Binding of Isaac. I think I got it for free on the PlayStation.
It was Splatoon 2.
I actually think my son would like that game.
Yeah, he probably would.
Is Biohazard in there, or
no?
Or is that still in the works?
No. Oh, but wait, Minecraft story mode. The story mode complete will be. But that's the story mode. That's not the same thing. That's not the same thing as regular Minecraft.
Yeah, I tried arguing with my daughter about it. She's like, "Ooh, look, Minecraft." I'm like, "Nope, it's story mode." "Ooh, it's Minecraft." "No, it's story mode. You're not gonna like it." "I want it." "No, you don't, because you're not gonna like it." "Oh, but I want it because it says Minecraft." "No."
Yeah. My daughter, who is a.
I know your daughter's a Minecraft freak,
and she's a PC Master Race. But she wasn't interested in the story mode because. So you can tell your daughter, because it wasn't that, it was just more of a story. It wasn't a building adventurous open world thing.
It's like all the Telltale games. It's like the Batman and the Walking Dead, and it's a thing.
It's a thing. But anyway, I think on Switch, we'll have to wait and see. But so far, I'm not impressed, and they're already like sold out, most of them anyway. You know that, right?
They're going to be. Well, I can't say. Okay, if you're a little kid, you'll like the Switch. But if you're a gamer, console gamer, I'm not talking about PC. If you're a console gamer like me, Will, and everybody that we're friends with, you're not gonna like it. Like it's not gamer friendly, in my opinion.
It's also not pushing. I mean, if they came out with something in it with 4K and all that, all the options, like what's currently out, and I'm talking about currently, as in the PlayStation Pro or the Microsoft Xbox One S, I would have been like, wow, so they're really stepping up. But they come out with a system that's not.
Dude, I heard something about this too. Like, there's going to be no multiplayer. Like online multiplayer. I don't know if this is true or not, but I just heard like a rumor that something with the online, like I know Nintendo's going to have this new thing for their mobile apps or some type of mobile gaming on your phone.
Yeah.
And that's where you can play multiplayer. I wasn't too sure. It sounded kind of weird.
Speaking of that, coming soon for Android users, Mario Run will be available. So I knew it would.
We already had it though.
Only on Apple.
Yeah, I am nothing but Apple.
Right. So, but there are a lot of people out there listening to us who probably use Android. So they do care. But anyway, I just want to say that. Not that I would tell people to waste money other than the free mode on that game, but
Oh, Will, guess what
yes.
I think the biggest piece of garbage is, by the way?
What?
The Last Guardian.
Oh, yeah. I've heard a lot of people say that after playing it.
Dude, it's broken. It's a broken game. Like, I had to fight with myself to put it inside my console and play it. It's to the point where, like, you get to a certain part of the level and you're just sitting there waiting for something to happen. Nothing happens. And you're like, okay, maybe it's like a time like a time thing. Like, some, just sit here for 10 minutes. Maybe something will happen. No, it doesn't happen. It's constantly repeating the same voice over and over again, saying the same exact thing, like a loop. And then what I would have to do is actually reset my console or shut off the game, turn it back on, get to that same part, and then it's magically fixed, and then I can continue. But then I get to another part exactly like that, and then I got to shut off the game, turn back on the game, over and over again, same thing.
Wow, sucks to be you.
But the game the game looks so good. Like, it's a really great looking game. The controls are horrible. The camera angles snap into position, causing you to die. Like, when I first, I wrote a review. It's up on hotspotgamer.com. It got like a 7 or something. Lately, the games that have been coming out have been getting 7s. But when I first started rating this game, it got, I think, either a 6 or a 5 for a rating. Now, I'm like, do you know what? This is kind of a low score for this game. I'm going to continue playing it. And then I continue playing it. And then I saw something cool in it. And then I'm like, oh, okay. So I think I changed the story a little bit. I did, like, the story rating. I changed, I think I went up like a point or a point and a half. And then it changed it to like a 7.3. And I'm like, man, this score is still a little bit too high for this game, but that's what we went with the 7.3 for the game.
So what you're saying is that you're being generous with your score.
Yes, I was being generous with my score, giving it a 7.3.
Well, the games that came out like this week on the 16th, or was it the 10th, we had Gravity Rush 2 came out. So I'm not really into those kind of anime kind of fight game things, but adventure games or whatever. But it is out for those people. It's PlayStation 4 only, I believe. It's another mind-bending adventure awaits Gravity Queen Cat as the danger emerges to threaten the fabric of time. But anyway, that's not me saying that. That's just their little licensing thing. But moving on to other things coming out, I have been playing.
Ooh, what's coming out next week?
Oh, well, exactly. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard comes out Tuesday, January 24th, or Monday evening for some of us. Yes, the first, I guess the first person Resident Evil, right? I mean, can't remember any of them being first person.
No, there was no, that was third person. The one in Africa, that was third person, I think.
Yeah.
Were you able to go into first person while aiming?
Maybe while aiming.
I know there was
but this game is strictly a first person game. I mean, watching the videos and playing the demo and everything, it reminded me a lot of recent current horror games. It had a lot of Silent Hill feel to it, but it had the
PT.
No, not just PT.
It's
Outlast.
Yeah, but it's filling our. Yeah, but it's also filling our PT needs.
Yeah, it is. I mean, these guys were smart. They probably saw the hype for that and were like, "Well, hell, we can do that." And apparently, it stays in the same world as all the other Resident Evils, so it's not like they've gone that crazy. It's just because, I mean, really, all we know is the hillbilly side of it. We don't know like what's gonna happen.
Well, I guarantee you that this is going to be the first game of the year that Hotspot Gamer probably gives either an 8.5 to a 9.
Yeah, or better. It may be a better game than that.
From what I said, well, the demo is amazing. I loved the demo.
Oh yeah. I did too. I thought it was great.
Squeaky chair.
You and your squeaky chairs. I'm looking forward to it. It comes out Monday or Tuesday, sorry. And if you haven't played the demo is a first person, and you're wandering around a creepy house and with some surprises. We shall see where that goes to.
Do you want to talk about the rumors of what the next Call of Duty is?
You can talk about them if you'd like. I'm so over Call of Duty at this point.
Well, this one might bring you back. Maybe. I can tell how you are so into this conversation right now by texting on your phone.
Yes, I'm sending actually PlayStation stuff. Our grand listeners. I got to tell you, Infinite Warfare soured me so bad from Call of Duty. But go ahead and talk about it.
Okay.
What you've heard.
Okay, what I've heard. Okay, I've heard two different rumors.
Mm-hmm.
I heard one rumor being it's only gonna be zombie only.
Yeah, which didn't make much sense.
That's what I heard. That's one rumor I heard, and then the other rumor I heard was it's going to take place in Vietnam. So it looks like we might get our old Black Ops back,
but done by Sledgehammer.
Yes. Well, Sledgehammer's done good in the past, kind of. They didn't really completely break the. Like, I was really shocked when Infinity Ward completely ruined the game.
Yeah, well, some people would say that about Advanced Warfare, but I mean, the thing is, at least Advanced Warfare was the first of its kind. They'd never done that in Call of Duty, so I mean, it was what it was.
Yeah, but we even got Advanced Warfare in Black Ops 3. You know what I'm saying? But Black Ops 3, that was a cool game. I like Black Ops 3.
And Infinite Warfare did expand on one thing. I mean, I will say that the running mechanics and stuff for wall running were a little better than they were in Black Ops, but it is what it is. I just didn't enjoy the game, and I just felt like by the time you got to Infinite Warfare, you're like, okay, so
I'll tell you what,
doing this again.
While watching the Bros Road to Bros Bowl last night, okay, when Bros and ITR were playing, were they playing Infinite Warfare? Yeah, they were.
Infinite Warfare, yeah. On the map.
I cannot stand the UI in that game. It looks so stupid. Like what were they thinking? I don't get it.
So maybe we'll see something better. I hope we do. But, on that, I just will have to see. Call of Duty has a lot of catching up to do. There's so many games out there now that are doing it better. And, and even, and speaking of, just to jump back on Resident Evil, the one interesting thing for people who don't know is that Resident Evil 7 Biohazard not only will be a first-person game, and I'm sure it's an adventure horror type game because that's what they generally are, but it will also have on the same disc PlayStation VR option.
That's cool, but PlayStation VR is still overpriced.
It is, but for those people who have it, they can have that kind of get that horror experience, and kudos to kudos to them for making a VR version for people who have the system, so at least they have more content. I think that's awesome, and I'm just excited about that. I'm so much more excited about Resident Evil 7 than I am about Call of Duty's next outing, because they've just been doing crap for a while now. But we shall see. I'm not going to go judge Call of Duty yet. It's so early. We will see on that. But we do have more stuff coming up. I mean, this year we have amazing things. We have in March, we have the Mass Effect Andromeda. We have Ghost Recon Wildlands, which is just recently for those who don't know, Ghost Recon Wildlands has just released a video showing the single player videos, some campaign, and again, it just keeps looking better and better. They're really figuring it out, making a third-person shooter game. And doing it the way Ubisoft has shown they can with the game like The Division, which for all its ups and downs had pretty smooth basic mechanic work. So I think that Ghost Recon Wildlands will probably continue on that path it will not be The Division. I mean, first off, there's vehicles, where The Division you're constantly running around. You bastards couldn't add bikes or segways or something. Just saying.
Well, let's talk about. I don't know. I just got back from getting coffee.
I know.
Did you talk about Battlefield at all?
No, I was actually about to talk about the Division update real quick. DLC coming out.
Yeah.
Well, first off, Mike, since you sold the game, they have fixed the game. They've done a much better job with the looting system.
The game is still broken in my heart.
It's not, though. I played it. I was coerced into joining Andre on it, and I will say this: they have fixed a lot of stuff. And with helping Andre helping me, I was able to move forward. Now they've listened to the people. And the Last Stand DLC will be coming out, which includes a Dark Zone extension. The game will expand on the 3 more zones in the Dark Zone to give you a bigger area. And the zones will be connected, so I believe that you'll have that Dark Zone extension whether you buy the DLC or not. It's going to offer a dedicated Last Stand PvP mode, which is a new 8v8 mode. That takes place in the Dark Zone, but is separate from everything else. It's got 4 different maps, and the matchmaking will rotate. So, and you have to be a level 30 to take part in it. But within this part, you will also get to fight NPCs, which will, so it'll be kind of like a MOBA deal. And there's going to be new rewards. And in the PvP mode, gear normalization, like Destiny.
I'll tell you what. The only reason why I would buy it again would be the survival mode, because I like the whole aspect of finding food and water and doing all that stuff. That makes the game, to me, a lot more interesting. Like, I'm not going to play it like for the dailies, because like you said, the dailies are still the same missions.
Right.
Weeklies are still the same missions.
But I think it's cool what they're doing, at least bringing the PvP mode, like an actual PvP mode to it, and with like gear normalization, so that way you're not doing bullet sponge BS. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but once Wildlands comes out, that game's just going to be poop.
Yes, but I don't think Wildlands is not going to have a PvP mode. It's so.
I hate the PvP mode. I hate the Dark Zone with a passion, because you have those people that just spend their entire lives in the Dark Zone and are impossible to kill.
But in the Last Stand, they will be killable, because their gear will be normalized to the same thing as yours.
Okay, that's fair, but
you know how you go into Destiny's Crucibles, and unless you're doing the what's it called, the Iron Banner or whatever, when it's all the gears like unlocked,
Do you know what got me stop playing Crucible matches?
The connection.
Well, no, not the connection. I used to be fairly good in the Crucible until Thorn came out.
Oh yeah, it had it.
And Thorn is a weapon that should have not have happened in that game.
It had its moments, yes. Irregardless, so the Last Stand comes out soon, and it should be interesting. I won't lie though. When you brought up Ghost Recon Wildlands, I was playing the Division in part just to kind of get my cover-based skills back up. So That was more the reasoning behind me doing that. So we'll see though. But anyway, they have new content coming out. Good for them. We've talked about the Nintendo Switch Resident Evil, and you wanted to bring up Battlefield.
Yes, because you started playing it.
Yeah. And it's okay.
You were hesitant. You were hesitant about it. Your first gaming experience in it was not good.
Oh yeah, I was ready to sell it that day. I won't lie. I mean, I was just like, I'm not going to play a game where I can't even move.
Well, it happens sometimes in the game.
Oh, no. I know that now, but I'm saying I get dropped into arguably the worst experience I've had in a multiplayer event.
Oh, yeah, because every time you spawn, you die. Spawn, die.
Yeah.
Spawn, die.
Yeah. And that was just not forgivable. But then we went and actually played it on some little more reasonable and rational maps, and yeah, it's really cool. It's the only problem I have with that game is that I really find that I don't enjoy it as much solo. It's except for in the actual campaign, but in the multiplayer, I don't enjoy playing it solo.
Well,
but that's just personal thing. It's a game because it's such big maps. It's something I would rather play with friends.
I do the same whether I play solo or with people. I do about this. But as the campaign goes, I really wish they would come out with different stories.
I heard they will.
Like they can add they can add on. Like there's two new armies being added to Battlefield soon. There's going to be two new either two new maps, I think or one map coming out. I forgot, probably one or two. But if they're coming out with new military to play as, I wonder if they're going to have a story for this military. Maybe. I hope, because the stories were pretty fucking good.
Oh yeah. We'll see. From what I heard, they will have new stories coming with the DLC, but we'll have to see. So it is a great game, though. I won't diss it. That's what when I was saying. Like Infinite Warfare has just been with games like Titanfall 2 and Battlefield 1 out. Infinite Warfare is kind of, and the sad part is most of my Call of Duty friends are still playing Black Ops 3 more than they are Infinite Warfare. So
yes, that's why I had a trouble trying to understand why the Road to Bros Ball was being played in Infinite Warfare sometimes.
Well, because
I guess
they love the choice of the players.
And
a lot of them, some of them like it, and some of them like it. I can't, But on that note of segueing through Titanfall 2 also announced that they're coming out with new DLC, and the new DLC is going to be called Live Fire. And this time, though, the DLC does not focus on Titans at all. Live Fire is a lightning-fast 6v6 pilot-only mode that brings competitive close-quarter combat to the forefront in a round-based best-of-5 modes with no respawns. You will have 1 minute to eliminate the opposing team in order to win the round. You can also win the round if your team is holding the neutral flag when the timer ends. So it's and with that, you're going, oh God, how are they going to do that in these giant maps? Live Fire is adding 2 new dedicated maps for that mode that are going to be killbox style modes. Killbox style maps, so smaller maps, and like a Call of Duty map. And they're also adding a new Coliseum map called the Columns, and another pilot execution.
I have not yet played in a Coliseum. I have not yet seen a Coliseum ticket. I'm not going to go purchase Mountain Dew for a Coliseum ticket.
If you just played the game, you would eventually get them as you level up. They drop them all the time.
Well, this is what I hate about Mountain Dew. Like, I cannot stand the original Mountain Dew. Like, I like Code Red and I like Thunder. I think it's Thunder, right? The blue one? What's the blue one?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm not that hardcore about it.
Well, I like those 2 flavors. I hate original. But the original is the only one with the double XP points.
Also, hey, Mike, just on that, so you can get the Coliseum tickets. You just have to play Titanfall more, so you can actually earn them. But they're also adding something in the multiplayer, the new commanders, all the commanders, the people you jump in on, your faction leaders that you are in your dropship when you start the game. They're adding new intros for all of them. And wait, there's more. They've also adjusted and are working on the user input, the UI, to clean that up and to add a new real mixtape thing where you can actually choose the game modes you want to play in your mixtape. So you're making your own mixtape.
So the title actually makes sense now?
Yeah, and I gotta give them props because people were asking about this because a lot of people were like, I don't want to play Titan versus Titan, or I don't want to play this or that, capture the flag, whatever. Now they're giving you the option. You can set up the game mode you actually want to play in your mixtape. And by the way, hats off to Respawn for listening and trying to make Titanfall a more well-rounded game by not only focusing on the Titan games, but focusing on the pilot versus pilot, which it just shows that they actually care about what people say. People were saying, "Oh, the pilot versus pilot's okay, but it's too big and this and that." They're like, "Well, here you go." You know what I mean? So, anyway, but Livefire comes out soon. We don't have an official release date. There will also be a new weapon, I believe, and there will be the buyable content for beautification. I made that.
I'm really shocked that you forgot to mention this.
What?
Perception's coming out for PlayStation 4.
Oh, yeah, it's early for me. Sorry. Yes, it was officially announced this last week by the Deep End Games and others. I went by the Deep End Games being it's their game, that Perception has got the go-ahead. Apparently, Sony decided to put up, and so Perception will be coming to PS4 along with PC, and supposedly it's this year sometime.
I really want to play that game. I really do. And Hotspot Gamer is going to PAX East this year.
You're going to go do it.
I am going. Yes. I'm paying the $115 for the ticket and going.
Well, good. And Hotspot Gamer.
Who knows? Maybe I'll see Bill Gardner up there.
Yeah, and Hotspot Gamer is not paying the $900 to go to E3 this year, though.
Nope. The only way that we'll go to E3 is if we get what I say it was 8,000 views.
Yeah.
8,000 views per month on average, which we don't even come close to that.
So up until that point, we will not be going to E3, which is okay. It's okay. It's a lot of hype on the shows and games and stuff to come out, but we will be covering it all through the year. I think that this year is going to be exciting. I mean, and I'm super. I mean, we've got Resident Evil. We just found out that Perception's coming out finally. Thanks, Bill. And hopefully, maybe we can, once we know a official release date, maybe get Mr. Gardner to come back and visit us, so we can talk about what the plans are. But we'll see.
He's kind of a hard man to get a hold of now.
I imagine he's apparently with this, they're probably working their butts off to get that ready to port. So,
are they really?
One would think. I don't see them doing the outsourcing, the porting of that game.
Well, it depends on how they did the coding. Like if they thought they were just going to put it on PC, then the way they coded it would have to be, I don't know. Never mind. I don't want to get into it.
Yes. Don't bore the people.
Sorry.
But anyway, yeah, I'm super excited about that. And we have the new Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie coming out. Just I don't know why I threw that in there, but it doesn't matter.
It does look cool. I'm not gonna. It does look like a neat movie. Brings me back to my childhood.
Sure. But yeah, and I don't know. I think we. Oh, and also for fans of horror stuff, HBO has a documentary called "Beware the Slender Man" that tackles the disturbing internet phenomenon known as the Slender Man. So if you have HBO or HBO on demand or whatever, check that out.
Or just go to YouTube and look up Marble Hornets and watch the entire thing. It will take you forever to watch the entire thing.
But so that's where we're at right now. We've got, we have Resident Evil coming out, and then at the end of the month we have Horizon Zero Dawn coming out.
That game had its spotlight for a while, but now that it's almost out, it kind of died down.
Well, we'll see.
It didn't keep its spotlight that long.
Yeah, we'll see. But we also have the Nintendo Switch comes out March 3rd. If you haven't already bought yours, well, guess what? You're probably not going to be getting one on March 3rd. Unless you go and spend all the money and buy it on eBay for like $1,000.
What was the asking price for the Switch?
$299.
Okay, $299. Mm-hmm. Now, if you look at the consoles now, you can't. Well, you can. Could you buy a used PlayStation 4 for $299?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, but it's not that big of a difference, right? I think a used PlayStation 4 is like $250 or something like that.
Be $230, $250, yeah.
But these new consoles, brand new. I remember I bought my PlayStation 4 for $400. When it first came out. I think, like I stated earlier, that the Nintendo Switch is just essentially another Wii.
Right. It is, but we'll see. I'm so over Nintendo at this point. Anyway, I'm not going to pay like an absorbent amount of money for the system, so we'll see how it goes. I imagine if it doesn't sell well, they might consider changing that.
I'd rather buy the NES emulator, the Micro Nintendo, whatever it's called.
Yeah, or a Retron or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're talking about the Nintendo Classic?
There you go.
Yeah, but they're again, they don't have them available.
Yeah, I know, but there's.
You can buy them, but people want like $200 for them online. I mean, screw that. I'm not giving you $200.
Well, the thing is, like, if I want to play, really want to play a Nintendo game,
mm-hmm.
I can go anywhere to find a regular Nintendo.
Yeah,
anywhere.
You can. But here's the thing: the Classic actually had upscaled so that it looked good on a large modern TV. The games looked good, so it had
HDMI. But dude, it's Nintendo. It's Nintendo graphics. I don't care how good the graphics are.
Well, no, but it fit the screen right and everything. It wasn't blurry. It did. I saw some footage. It looks really cool. But either way, so. I think on that note of Nintendo bashing, we'll go ahead and close things up for the day.
Yep.
Join us again. By the time we do the next podcast, we will have a review up of Resident Evil 7 and possibly Horizon Zero Dawn, because I imagine at least Mike or I will at least give that game a rent to try it out.
I shunned Redbox for my life after what happened to me with the Doom thing.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay, well, then I will at least rent it because someone has to actually give you guys a option. of if it's a good game or not. And I'm not buying it.
Yeah, once the red box starts spitting out paper copies of video games, no, I'm not.
Mike, I think you should look into GameFly.
I had GameFly. I trust me, you're not going to get the games that come out.
Yeah,
it's just not going to happen. It was a waste of money, in my opinion.
Yeah. So I will stick with Redbox. I've never had a problem with them. I will at least play Horizon Zero Dawn because I am interested in it. I will not be purchasing it right away. But I will be purchasing Resident Evil. Look for that in the next week or so. I will get that game on Monday evening on the way home. Then I have to clear some stuff off. And next weekend I will be upgrading to a new hard drive on my PlayStation.
So no video games for Will for a week.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to take that long. I have really good internet, so I should be able to get everything downloaded. But anyway, so on that bombshell, I bid you farewell, kind people of the world, from myself and Mike here at Hotspot Gamer. Check us out at www.hotspotgamer.com. Donations are welcome. Check us out on Hotspot Gamer for all your news and entertainment, and also to find out about the Brothers Gaming League, Road to Bros Bowl. All the stats and everything are there. Check out the Brothers Gaming League at Officials Brothers Gaming on Facebook.
At Bros Bowls next week.
Yeah, and on Twitter. You can also find them on YouTube. And yeah, the Bros Bowls next weekend. Great friends are there. Big shout out to Ben and his little Aim Down Sights Gaming podcast. What up, dude? Andre, too bad you weren't here.
We'll have Andre next podcast. Maybe.
Yes.
That just scared the shit out of me.
And on that note, peace out and keep on gaming and party naked.
Party naked.